This is how you actually think in chess. I want you to imagine that you are Magnus Carlsen. You are playing the world's second best player. The game begins normally. Both sides develop their pieces, and a few trades take place too. Then, both sides castle. This brings us to our first point. What would you play here? Most players here will play moves like rook ac1, rook fd1, or they'll try to push on the queen side. However, there is an even better approach. This brings us to our first rule, which is use your f pawn to control the center. Here's how to do it. Here you push the pawn and then you thrust the pawn forward to the e4 square. Now after your opponent takes, you can take back. This leads you to having an open f-file for your rook and a very good center. Your opponent plays knight to c5, attacking your queen. Since your pawn is pinned, you move the queen away. Knight to e6 and you retreat the bishop, protecting the d4 pawn. After b4, we have reached at our second point. What will you do with this knight here? Think about it. Most players here will play the move knight to a4. However, that is the wrong approach. This brings us to the second rule. Place your pieces on the best possible squares, even if it takes a lot of moves. Here, you, playing as Magnus Carlsen, will play the move knight to b1. Your plan is simple, to play knight to d2 and to put the knight on the c4 square, from where it controls the center. Your opponent plays knight h7 and then you follow your plan. Your rook goes to the semi-open file, you take away the black bishop and then you place your knight on the c4 square. You solidify your position and then you capture this pawn, which looks free. However, black has a trick up his sleeve. His plan is to play rook fe8 and to put pressure along the e file. Most players here start panicking. However, you push the pawn forward, blocking the bishop and the queen. After knight d5 attacking your bishop, you calmly slide your bishop back. And after rook e d8, we are at our third point. What would you play here? Black's pieces are getting activated very quickly. The rooks are active, the knight is active, the queen is active. The third rule is trade your weak pieces for your opponent's strong pieces. Knight to f4 is the best move here. Since black's knight is in the center and is very strong, we'll try to trade it off. After queen a7, I want you to use the checks, captures and attacks method to find the best move. Instead of playing like most players and simply taking this knight or trying to protect your knight, you will find knight takes c6 using the checks, captures and attacks method, destabilizing this knight. Rook takes and then you win the knight. Here, black plays rook c2 and still black's pieces are very active and you are by no means winning this position. You protect your king and after bishop f8, you want to find the best move. Tell me, what would you play here? Most players would play queen to f3, trying to put pressure along the f-file and to get out of this rank. However, that's not the best move because after rook takes pawn, the position is drawn because black's pawn will try its best to promote, right? Therefore, you will play e6, again using checks, captures and attacks, which is the best move to find tactical opportunities. Now, if your opponent decides to take, you have queen to e4, attacking 3 birds with 1 stone. The best move for your opponent is queen to a8, threatening this knight here. Most players here will see that their knight is being attacked and will say, oh no, I'm being attacked, I have to move my knight somewhere. However, that's the wrong approach. You must use the CCA method. You will capture the pawn first, giving a check, and then you will move your knight. This was the fifth rule, which is don't be afraid to trade queens. Many players think that if they trade queens, they can't attack their opponent. Yes, you absolutely can. After this trade of queens, rook takes d4 was played, threatening this bishop. Magnus was calm, and so are you. Rook to f2 defends the bishop, and then after rook d6, a trade of rooks is offered, which is accepted. But wait a second, you've just lost your rook. So what now? What will you play now? Because if you go bishop to b2, well then black will simply block, right? And then there's no way you can promote because of the knight, and you're losing here because black is up a rook. This brings us to the sixth point. Never, ever panic and always be patient. This didn't happen in the game, but knight to g6 here is a checkmate. And since most of you will panic when you are down material, you won't see checkmates like this. In the game, after bishop b2, knight to f6 was played, and then the king got space to move away. Now, you will play knight to e6, kicking the bishop away from the promotion square of your pawn. After it moves, you will try to deflect the bishop away from this diagonal, because if it takes, you just promote. Your opponent stops that, and here, what will you do? You must promote to a queen, because after takes, we have a bishop, a knight, and a pawn for a rook, which is slightly better for the white pieces because there's a material advantage. However, it's not very easy to win this position. You, as Magnus Carlsen, must defeat your opponent here. After king h6, you will play knight e6, trying to centralize your knight. After a trade of pawns, your knight has been centralized well, and here, you will begin targeting your opponent's weaknesses. After this check, you actually lose a pawn. And if you take with the knight here, rook to a3 wins the pawn, and it's a draw here. There's no way you can win. Therefore, you must be patient, and you play bishop to d6. Now, after rook to a1, it looks like white must be winning easily, right? Believe it or not, 99% of you watching this game will play the drawing move here, and instead of winning, you'll actually draw the game. If you said that the best move here is to play knight takes pawn or bishop takes pawn, the game is a draw. Because if bishop takes pawn, then rook h1 will attack the weak pawn there. And when you defend the pawn, rook h3, and this pawn is gone. But how about knight takes? Well then, rook to b1, and you lose the pawn. It's a draw. This is why it's important to be patient in endgames like this. The best move is king to d4. Your strategy is simple, to protect this pawn first before capturing the black pawn. The black pawn isn't going anywhere, so you have nothing to lose by just being patient and taking it slow. After rook g1, you play king to c5, and then you can capture without any worries because your pawn will always stay protected, right? After rook c1 check, you play king d4, centralizing your king. And in the next few moves, you push your b pawn forward. It doesn't matter that white has this passed h pawn because your bishop is keeping an eye on it. Slowly, you guide your pawn forward. However, this black pawn is getting too close and you must stop it. Even though you are one square away from promotion, many players make the mistake of just promoting here, which is a draw because after rook takes and king takes, you have to sacrifice this bishop in order to stop the pawn from promoting, right? So always be cautious. This brings us to the next point. What will you play here in order to stop black's pawn? The best move is knight to f5. But why? Well, first of all, you threaten this pawn, so it must move forward. But now, knight to h4. And in this position, your opponent resigns. It looks like a normal move, right? Why would your opponent resign? After king h1, knight to f3 will be played, securing the h2 square. The pawn cannot move forward. After knight takes and rook b7, you will simply have a king, bishop and a knight versus a king, which is completely winning if you know how to checkmate with these three pieces. So practice this one. In this video, you learned a set of simple rules which helped you think in chess. Now, what I want you to do is to play more games, analyze them, solve more tactics, and to learn from your mistakes. Make sure you use these rules because once you use them, I have many more videos coming up on the same topic. Thanks for watching the video. Train to win. Bye.